Okay, we're joined by West Virginia head coach Randy Mazey and Whammer. I got it right that time, didn't I? Okay. Statement from the coach.
Man, I think even Whammer's tired after that one. He's 12. That's a grind. Both teams. I mean, what these kids go through in a tournament setting like this, it's just. I mean, you work all year for all this, and the kids that don't get to pitch much during the season, this is when you need them. You know, we both got at least one game left, maybe two, and guys are going to start getting the ball that haven't pitched much. So all the bullpens you throw and all the times you got to talk to them and keep their head up is why you do it for the next 24 hours here. But I thought we had a chance the first two innings to break that game open a little bit. You know, we get a line drive to the left fielder in the first inning, on a double play at home plate. In the second inning, we get a line drive to the right fielder for a sac fly. You know, we had a chance to go up 4 or 5-0 there in the first two innings, and then we just didn't throw strikes. You know, I think we put the leadoff guy on 7 of the 8 innings, maybe 6 walks and a hit batter. It's like what a disadvantage against a team like that to start out with a man on first, nobody out. Every single inning. But it is what it is. Whatever, what did you think about the game today?
He's a man of few words.
Yeah.
Or none. Any questions for the coach?
Coach, I cover the Texas Tech team for the Lubbock paper, so I'm not as familiar with your guys. But since Jackson Wolf has normally been a starter for you, what made you decide to use him in the spot that you did? You tried to hoping he'd go a long way to save the bullpen, or?
Yeah, you know, we flipped him to a relief role here coming into this thing. He knew that. We prepared him for it, and he knew he was going to be probably the first reliever out in any of the games. So yeah, he could go. You know, he's thrown 6 or 7 innings in the past. So once they got the lead and fatigue set in, you know, we needed him to keep our bullpen fresh. I hate to say we have a fresh pen, but my guess is it's a little bit fresher than what's on the other side. I don't know that, but yeah, to get through that game, the majority of that game with 2 pitchers and Bo cleaning it up and coming in and throwing strikes and doing a good job, that sure helps. But their guy, I mean, they got exactly what they needed. Sublette came in and threw strikes. You know, he has a lot of walks per innings pitched coming into this game, and right when he came in, he gave them exactly what they needed. He flipped the game around and did a good job for them.
You might say who you plan to start tonight, or?
Don't know.
Coach, how do you help these guys get mentally ready to move past this and tackle another one here in just a few hours?
Piece of cake. We talk about this all the time. When you play a doubleheader, the losing team, the last 5 minutes is really the momentum has come back to us, because 5 minutes ago we were losing by 7 runs and now the score's tied. So our at-bats when the next game starts are going to be in a tie ball game. So that's why 80% of all doubleheaders get split, because the losing team has a big advantage going into game 2. So, and our guys know I feel that way, and I told them at the end of this one, congratulations, we just tied the score 0-0 when we get back out here. So we're going to feel really good about our chances when we get back out.
Coach, what do you feel like y'all are playing for in terms of in postseason positioning this week? I mean, aside from the conference tournament, obviously, where do you feel like y'all are kind of sitting for regional purposes?
You know, you like to think if we get to the championship, we get a chance to host a regional, you know, which would change the face of Mountaineer baseball for a long time. So we got a ton left to play for. And we've beaten these guys 3 times. They've beaten us twice on the season, and they're a top 10 caliber team. So we feel like we're as good as anybody out there, and we feel very deserving of a host spot. this has been a typical West Virginia season. You guys that don't cover us, this is what we do. We play the first 20 or 25 games on the road usually and grind it out and survive it and try and start the conference season with a RPI in the top 25. Get through the fatigue that you go through by traveling, and we did that. We survived the first half and played pretty good in the second half and put ourselves in a position to host a regional, and I think we're very deserving. I think we're one of the top 16 teams in the country.
Matter of time, John was, I think, 1 of 15 against you guys this year, which is unheard of before he turns around that fastball to center field. I mean, it's just too good a hitter to keep him down for four or five games in a row.
Yeah, you get a little bit of guilty of watching Manoah pitch against people, and he can abuse weaknesses like no other, and the way he pitches to people, you feel like that's the way you have to attack people, but Alek Manoah is Alek Manoah, and nobody else is Alek Manoah, and not many people can do what Alek can do. You try, but if you could do what Alek could do, you'd be Alek, but you can't. So eventually he caught up to one. That's why he's a great hitter. He's a great player. But, he changes the game at shortstop. He doesn't change it at home plate, I don't think, near as much as he changes at shortstop. The play he made on Brandon White, first and third with 2 outs, the barehanded play, there's not many people make that, and that's a converted third baseman. So I think he's as good a shortstop as there is in the league. It's not the prototypical shortstop, but, gosh, he changes the game out there.
Coach, to follow up on that, Coach Taylor moved him from third to short to kind of tighten up their defense this year. He's always been a third baseman. Since the draft is coming up, do you think from what you said, you feel like he could be a shortstop professionally as well?
That's for the scouts to say, I guess, but he's a big, strong, power-hitting guy that's built like a third baseman. Coach Tadlock moved him to shortstop against the Mountaineers on Sunday because we won the first 2 games, and I think he wanted to give the team some energy by putting your best player in the most important position, and they took off from the time he went to short. They took off as a team, and we have our leader that pitches on Fridays for us, and Alek, and our guys play great behind him, and they have their leader playing the most important position on the field, and they're playing good behind him.
Okay, Coach, we'll let you guys go and get a couple minutes rest.
That's all we get, a couple minutes?
No, I was going to say a couple hours. Yeah.
All right, let's hope for another 4-hour game coming up.
Good luck this afternoon. Wait a minute. I don't know about that. Okay, we're joined by Coach Tim Tadlock of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. We will start and continue with his opening statement.
Okay, really thought Stroud was really good early. He's a competitor. He threw some good pitches in there. Seemed like second time through the order, guys saw him a little better. Ryan Sublette came up really big for our team, kind of put us in position to not use everybody a whole lot. I guess he threw 70 pitches. He's a young man that started a bunch of games as a freshman on Sunday pretty much, and Sundays and Tuesdays, and that experience probably came through today. We've said all along if we had a chance to play every day, we can compete with anybody. We got a lot of pitching, and those guys like pitching, and guys like playing.
Kind of following up on that, since you said you guys, obviously you had some options there. What made Sublette the choice at that spot?
Yeah, we inter-squatted last week. I want to say it was Sunday, and threw the ball really good. I think he went 4 against our guys, and kind of had, and as did Mason. Mason threw the ball really well too, and Matt really believed that Sublette was the right guy, and so a combination of all those things kind of led to Sub, and really, really proud of the way he competed today.
Since he had not thrown more than 2 innings in a game this year, what did you kind of have in mind for how long you expected him to
Well, based on the start, you're you're going inning to inning, and every time you get a better inning, really the longer he was out there, the better he was. Ball started sinking and dancing a little bit, and gave him some trouble.
I was going to say his body language looked like he was pretty amped up. Did he want to come? Did he want to keep going when he went?
Oh, I think they all want to keep going. Reality of it is we're going to do what's best for them every time. And, it wouldn't have been the right thing to do to send him out there for more than 70 for sure. And I mean, I don't know that 70 was not the right thing to do, but based on he threw 4 last week, he's probably 10 pitches over what he threw last weekend.
Other than scoring 10 runs, do you feel like the bullpen, those two guys coming out of the pen, were the story of the game?
Well, there's a lot of stories in a baseball game. There's different phases of it. Some really good quality at-bats in there. Some really good defense. And so, but yeah, I mean, without those guys, giving you a chance, yeah, it's a different deal. And so proud of those guys and proud of the way the guys played behind them. Again, tournament baseball is not the easiest thing. It was show and go today. It's a little later than we all planned on, which was nice. And I mean, you pretty much show up, hit in the cage, and go play. These guys kind of amazing me how well we're playing based on that.
Did you have your cup of coffee this morning?
I don't miss that one.
Tim, what do you do now in between games?
We told them it's kind of uncharted waters because most of the time a doubleheader is you turn around and you play in 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I experienced this one time, at another school and ran into Drew Smiley. So sometimes it just doesn't matter what you do between. We're going to go back and let them shower and, kind of refresh a little bit. Had another time where we went to Golden Corral and sat in there till, 35 minutes before the first pitch and rolled out and put it on them. So a lot of it has to do with guys, what you do when the game starts. And there's not a lot of preparation at this point other than getting your body going again. That's really the main concern.
Since Smiley got a win last night, where was it that y'all?
It was in Norman. I think it was in 09. I'm not for sure.
Y'all
But
win a regional?
yeah, he's freshman. He's just freshman left-hander. Next thing you know, 8 innings later, you're like, oh, he's pretty good. That's a midweek guy, freshman left-hander. Look up and don't have many hits. Yeah, you have to go research the year.
Before Josh turned around that fastball for a home run, it seemed like he missed one and was irate a little bit. He pounded the bat, but he caught up with the next one. Did you have a sense that they came back with another fastball that he was going to be on it?
Yeah, he's pretty good at moving on. I didn't see what you saw. I kind of wish I would have. Again, he's going to be a lot of fun to watch as he goes in his future. I mean, when he gets to play every day, he can really put up quality at bats. He likes showing up and playing. And sometimes when he has the off time, you go, hey man, we got to get out of the cage and go eat dinner or something. So this is right up his alley. So.
What do you think of that play he made, charging bare hand?
It looked easy.
Runner on third base?
Yeah, it kind of reminds you going to a big league game and guys make those plays look easy. I mean, they're not, but 4 or 5 of them happen a game. And I mean, you're like, yeah, you just kind of, everybody thinks he's going to make it every time. And wasn't an easy play, but he makes it look easy.
Is there anything wrong with Noisy?
No, nothing wrong with him.
You just took him out.
Just took him out.
The throw that Wilson made, of course, you talked yesterday about how he throws 97. And I was curious, since he didn't play a lot this year, was it just kind of a situation where it's competition for jobs like you talk about all the time, and he finally has kind of gotten his turn and taken advantage?
Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, he threw a while back in Manhattan and didn't throw good. And came in and said he wanted an opportunity to hit, and so we gave him about 3 weeks to get going. And yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, he's a baseball player, and want an opportunity, and we want to do again. These guys want to try to give him that opportunity, and he's kind of taking care of it.
Somebody asked me a question on Twitter today, so I'll ask you. They were curious about, will you ever use John McMillan again in a heating role, since it's been a while?
I would never say never. We talked about, our staff talked about leading him off against Manoa just because they're good buddies and just so you could see who was tougher. John would take a hack, I can assure you that.
Do you have an idea who you're going to start in this next game?
No, we'll talk about it. It'll be Lanning, Dobbins, somewhere along those lines.
Okay, Coach, we'll let you get out of here and get a little
You bet.
rest.
You bet. Appreciate it.